Welcome back to Travora. In 2025, Malaysia has found itself at the center of global attention. Across economics, tourism, technology, and diplomacy, the country is making moves that have captured headlines and reshaped perceptions. This isn't just a random trend, it's the result of several major developments that are worth unpacking. One of the biggest reasons Malaysia is in the spotlight this year is the signing of a major trade and technology agreement with the United States. This isn't a small deal, it's valued at up to $150 billion over the next 5 years. Under this agreement, Malaysia will purchase advanced American technology, including semiconductor manufacturing equipment, aerospace components, and infrastructure for data centers. In return, the United States has agreed to lower tariffs on Malaysian exports from 25% to 19%, making Malaysian products more competitive in the US market. Malaysia, for its part, will reduce tariffs on almost all US goods, 98.4% of them. This agreement is more than a trade win, it's a sign that Malaysia is positioning itself as a major hub in the high-tech supply chain. On top of that, Malaysia's state energy giant Petronas will be buying $3.4 billion worth of American liquefied natural gas every year, strengthening energy ties between the two countries. These moves have brought Malaysia closer to the US economically, and they have also boosted investor confidence, especially in sectors like technology, energy, and infrastructure. Tourism is another area where Malaysia is making waves. In just the first quarter of 2025, the country recorded more than 10 million tourist arrivals from abroad. That number is higher than any other country in Southeast Asia during the same period. This surge is the result of several strategic moves. Visa relaxations that make it easier for visitors from key markets to enter the country, aggressive international marketing campaigns, and the natural draw of Malaysia's mix of modern cities, stunning beaches, lush rainforests, and diverse cultural heritage. Kuala Lumpur has become an increasingly popular city break destination, while islands like Langkawi and the Perhentians continue to attract beach lovers. On top of that, ecotourism in Sabah and Sarawak has seen a boost, with more travelers seeking nature-based experiences. Malaysia's tourism push is clearly paying off, and it's helping to boost the economy while also putting the country on the global map in a bigger way than before. But it's not all smooth sailing. One of Malaysia's most important export industries, palm oil, is facing serious challenges. The trees that produce palm oil have a productive lifespan, and many of Malaysia's plantations are now aging. Without proper replanting, yields will drop. Compounding this problem, many smallholder farmers, the backbone of the industry, lack the funds to replace old trees with new ones. Experts warn that without intervention, combined palm oil exports from Malaysia and Indonesia could fall by as much as 20% by the year 2030. The government isn't ignoring the problem. It has announced a 5-year replanting plan worth around 1.4 billion ringgit, running from 2026 to 2030, and it's also offering a 100 million ringgit matching grant this year to encourage farmers to start replanting sooner rather than later. Palm oil is not only a key economic driver for Malaysia, but also a politically sensitive topic, so the way the government handles this challenge will be closely watched by both domestic and international stakeholders. Another major factor in Malaysia's 2025 rise to prominence is the country's rapidly growing data center industry. The state of Johor, in particular, is emerging as one of Southeast Asia's fastest growing hubs for data storage and processing. Major global tech companies are pouring billions into building facilities there, taking advantage of Malaysia's strategic location, political stability, and relatively competitive operating costs. However, this boom comes with a catch: data centers consume massive amounts of electricity and water, and they generate heat that requires even more energy to manage. Environmentalists are raising concerns that this rapid expansion could put a strain on local resources, especially if growth outpaces the development of renewable energy infrastructure. The Malaysian government is responding by introducing new utility premiums for large-scale users and pushing for more green energy integration, aiming to make the industry sustainable in the long run. This balance between economic opportunity and environmental responsibility is going to be a key theme for Malaysia in the years ahead. Malaysia has also made headlines for its new regulations on artificial intelligence hardware. In a move that caught the attention of the global tech community, Malaysia has tightened controls on the import and export of US-made AI chips. These chips are critical for machine learning and other advanced computing applications, and they've been at the center of trade tensions between the US and China. By requiring permits for their cross-border movement, Malaysia is closing a potential loophole that could have allowed restricted technology to reach markets where it's not supposed to go. This policy signals that Malaysia is taking its role in the global tech supply chain seriously and is willing to align with international export control frameworks. Diplomatically, Malaysia is also in the spotlight this year as the chair of ASEAN, the Association of Southeast Asian Nations. In this role, it has been actively mediating a tense border dispute between Thailand and Cambodia. Recent clashes between the two countries led to fatalities, raising fears of a wider conflict. Malaysia hosted both sides in Kuala Lumpur for peace talks and has been credited with helping to secure a ceasefire agreement. This diplomatic success reinforces Malaysia's position as a stabilizing force in the region and highlights its ability to play a constructive role in Southeast Asian politics. All of these developments, major trade deals, a tourism boom, efforts to tackle agricultural challenges, growth in the data center sector, responsible AI regulation, and regional diplomacy, are part of a larger picture. Malaysia in 2025 is not just riding a wave of good fortune, it's actively shaping its role in the world. The government is making strategic decisions to position the country as an economic, technological, and diplomatic player in Southeast Asia and beyond. The big question now is how Malaysia will manage the challenges that come with this growth. For tourism, it's about balancing visitor numbers with environmental and cultural preservation. For palm oil, it's about modernizing an aging industry while addressing environmental concerns and maintaining competitiveness. For data centers, it's about harnessing economic potential without depleting natural resources. And for diplomacy, it's about using its influence to maintain peace and stability in a region where tensions can flare quickly. So why is Malaysia trending in 2025? The answer is that it's a country on the move, expanding its global partnerships, attracting record numbers of visitors, playing a vital role in regional politics, and investing in both traditional industries and cutting-edge technologies. It's facing challenges, but it's also showing a willingness to adapt and innovate. The coming months will show whether Malaysia can turn this moment in the spotlight into long-term success, but for now, the world is definitely paying attention.